Let's bring in Senator Ted Cruz, fresh off his quarantine. Ted, the President of the United States yesterday, in a letter to America's governors, he's going to basically give them an idea of he's going to grade some of these counties on how dangerous they are and overrun they are with this coronavirus. And the ones that are untouched, maybe he's going to try to gradually phase in economic progress again. Are you for a phase in standing America up again, or just keep it locked down till we have it more under control?
Well, listen, I think any health response needs to deal with the facts on the ground, and the facts on the ground are different from one location to another. And so I think our approach to this global pandemic, we need to be guided by the science. We need to be guided by the physicians and medical professionals. And I fully expect the circumstances are different in Manhattan than perhaps they are in rural Idaho. And so you wouldn't expect the exact same rules to apply everywhere. I think that recognizes the diversity of the country, and where there is an outbreak, where there is a direct and serious threat, of course, steps need to be taken to protect lives, but those can vary in different parts of the country.
Exactly right. And in fact, Senator Cruz, the president last night said that Nebraska, Texas, your state, Iowa, Farm Belt, some parts might be able to open up sooner than others. Of course, the entire country is looking to Congress. And I know that the Corona Rescue Bill has already passed your chamber, the Senate. But, it's questionable what's going to happen with the bill today, because as we heard this hour, there's one congressman. He's a Republican from Kentucky. His name is Thomas Massie. He is opposed to the bill because it would add to the national debt, and he's concerned that voting without a quorum present would violate the Constitution. The problem is when you have members of Congress flying back from all over the country, they're in airports, they're going to be back into the chambers. It does seem as if you are putting members of Congress at risk to do this, even though everybody knows this thing's going to pass.
Yeah, I would not be terribly concerned about the procedural question. It's clear the House is going to pass it. It's clear the House is going to pass it with an overwhelming bipartisan majority. If it so happens that a member or two or three decides they want to vote no, well, they can do that. Thomas believes strongly in his principles. I saw also Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez tweet out that she was unhappy that the checks that are going out, the $1,200 relief checks, that they're not going to illegal immigrants, and she was unhappy about that. Look, people can have their disagreements. This is going to pass. It's going to pass overwhelmingly, which means relief is going to be in the hands of the people that are hurting. And in the Senate the day before yesterday, we passed it unanimously. It was 96-0. Every single senator, Republican and Democrat, voted yes. Bernie Sanders voted yes. So did I. And everybody in between. And the reason, listen, this is a $2 trillion bill. That's about a tenth of our national debt. That is a big deal. That's not something that would pass in any ordinary circumstances. But these are extraordinary circumstances. The magnitude of the health threat is massive, and the magnitude of the economic threat. We lost 3.5 million jobs last week. Small businesses are shuttering all across this country, and so this emergency relief package is designed to put real relief in the hands of people. The two most important parts of it are that every person making $100,000 or less, or every couple making $200,000 or less, will get a check in the mail for $1,200 per adult, $2,400 per couple, and $500 per child. All of those checks should be coming out, the Treasury Department tells us, in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Secondly, for small businesses, there's $377 billion in loans, guaranteed loans, that are designed, that it's for businesses 500 employees or less, so small businesses, up to $10 million each in the loans. And if they use the loans to pay for payroll, to keep their employees on payroll, if they use the loans for mortgage or rent or utilities, those loans will be forgiven. That's designed to be an immediate infusion of cash for the restaurant, for the bar, for the nail salon, for the movie theater, the hardware store, all the small businesses. And the way you get it, if you're a small business owner, you go to your local bank or community financial institutions, and it'll be administered through the local banking system.
Okay, we only have 1 minute. I have 2 questions for you. If you furlough your employees, can you still get those benefits? Secondly, how you doing after self-quarantining?
On the first point, yes, if you rehire them. So
Okay.
you can get the benefits regardless, but the loan is only forgiven if you rehire the employees. So if you've already furloughed the employees, you can go and get the loan, rehire them, and their payroll will be forgivable.
Okay, how are you doing?
I'm doing terrific. I spent 11 days in self-quarantine here at home, and then I left self-quarantine, went to D.C., went to the Senate, was active in passing this bill, and I'm now back home with the family, feeling healthy and terrific and working actively from home.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Senator, for being with us. We're glad you're doing well.
Thank you. God bless.
You're welcome. God bless you. Have a good weekend.